Ain't no hoe won't fuck with us. I just tryna pick it up. I'm still spinning in that truck. Do you want to get hit or not? I just can't bend. Locked up. And I got that truck. Yeah. Ain't no rocks in my head. Tryna knock my head. I've been pouring red. Pin that down. I like what it is. It's like 10. What's going on, guys? Episode number 3. Whoa, what the fuck just happened on Raw? What just happened? We got a crazy ass return. We got Dirty Dom getting popped. How the fuck is that even like? What's going on? We got one of the best segments of the year that opened the show. I mean, but then obviously Liv Morgan, Io Sky, their match has been confirmed. But we can't forget the most important thing. This Raw was New Day's 10-year anniversary. Clap it up for the New Day, yo. So let's get into it. We're gonna start off with the opener. The opening segment, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Hey, me personally, I kind of expected it. As soon as I seen CM Punk come out, who else will come out besides Seth Rollins? I mean, if CM Punk is starting the show, he's not just going to be out there by himself in the middle of the ring. Somebody else is going to have to come out, and that somebody else is going to be his dream opponent, which is Seth freaking Rollins. Now, Seth Rollins came out. He came to Punk face to face, and he was just like, "You've been ducking. I've been handling business. It's time for us to settle this business." Seth Rollins was with it. Like, he was trying to box. He's trying to get the fight going. Like, he's really trying to set up this feud this early. Like, slow down, bro. WrestleMania is not until April. We're in December right now. Slow down, bro. We got time. But no, Seth Rollins, he definitely did his thing. Great promo. CM Punk, the whole time Seth Rollins was delivering his promo, CM Punk was just staring at him like a disappointed father. Like, he was just looking at him like, "Why are you out here, bro? Like, what do you want from me?" Type shit. And then obviously, like, CM Punk, he came back. He was just like, "Why would I fight you? You have nothing to offer, bro." Like, I get, like, we got personal beef, but like, what's the point of me fighting you? You haven't like cost me really anything. You don't have nothing that I want, so why the fuck would I want to fight you? Which is a completely logical reason not to fight somebody. I mean, he doesn't have what CM Punk wants. CM Punk wants the world title. Gunther has the world title, not Seth Rollins. So why would CM Punk want to fight Seth Rollins? There's obviously a pretty consensus answer there, but still, at this moment, CM Punk's mind is on the gold. But yeah, after that they started scrapping a little bit. Bro threw a little weak ass AEW punch. They started hugging each other. Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, they got out there, they got to the ring, and basically they just broke up the fight. Adam Pearce came out, and it looked like it was getting pretty violent. I mean, they did a good job with this. Now, what is this set up? You know, Punk, Seth. I honestly don't see them having a match until Mania. But if they were to have a match earlier before Mania, I don't want to see them fight at Rumble because it really wouldn't make sense. Because I feel like it would be better if both of them are in the Rumble. Because we could use the Rumble to elevate their feud and set up their match for Mania for maybe a title, or maybe Seth Rollins has the title by the time the Rumble comes around, you know. So whatever it may be, I just don't want them to have a match before WrestleMania. I see WrestleMania being like the match, you know. Like, even if it is a trilogy, I don't mind that, but it's like Rock versus Roman, you know. It's like a one-time type of thing. These guys, obviously, they can put on a trilogy, like they're both full-timers, but it's still like a match that we wanted to see for so long. I don't think you would just like just throw it to us and give it to us at the Royal Rumble. I feel like they should save it for Mania, save it for a bigger moment, so they can draw in more revenue, draw more tickets. People want to see CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Me personally, I want to see that shit in the main event. But yeah, let's move on. I think that feud is gonna be it's gonna be picking up pretty soon, especially like in February. I feel like that feud picks up really quickly around that time, right after the Chamber. But we have to see how everything unfolds. Let's get into the next segment. The next segment, according to WWE YouTube account, uh, the 10-year anniversary of the New Day. Wow, 10 years, bro. 10 years ago, there was another faction. Another faction is known for being one of the greatest factions of all time. This faction broke up 10 years ago, and there was another faction that was almost like equally as great, if not greater, that broke up 10 years earlier than that. So we got Evolution, who broke up in 2004. We got the Shield that broke up in 2014. And now we finally have the New Day, who break up in 2024. I honestly, I feel like this was the only way you can go, honestly. I mean, if we everybody's seen their backstage segment last week on Raw, like they were talking shit, like they were heated at each other. And that kind of gives me the vibe of what they're trying to do on SmackDown with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. They're trying to return both of those guys heel. I feel like they're trying to do the same thing, or they did the same thing with Kofi and Xavier Woods today. So Big E, yeah, they basically just hold him. Big E's like, well, Xavier Woods is basically dissing him. He's like, I've been injured. Like, why the fuck you ain't come back? Like, you've been gone forever, and we've been like trying to stay here for you. We're trying to like keep keep the spot warm for you to come back and fill in your shoes. But he's just been taking utterly too long, according to Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. So after that, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, they just explained like, hey man, like we don't want to be with you no more. Like we're done. And by we're done, that means us three are done. And by us three, I mean me and him are staying together, but you are out. So, yeah. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, they kicked Big E out, or E as they like to call him. And yeah, it was a heartfelt moment. It wasn't like the turn that we seen with the last 2 decades. You know, Seth Rollins with the chair shot, stabbing Roman Reigns in the back. Obviously, a Dean Ambrose later on, but or it wasn't like the thumbs down with Batista and Triple H breaking up Evolution. But this was like a great promo. It was set up perfectly, you know, and we got the New Day as heels. Now, first step for the New Day, I feel like we have to change the theme song 100%. They cannot come back next Monday Night Raw and have the same theme song. That's just not going to work. That's just not going to work for me, bro. You can't be a heel tag team with like a joyful ass theme. It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, they got to change the theme. I feel like their presentation obviously can be like good. There's no doubt. They have enough like credentials to get reaction from the crowd every time they go out, and the crowd knows what they've done in the WWE, and the crowd knows what they accomplished. Each crowd that they go to, so the reception should be pretty negative, which is what they want as heels. But yeah, overall, I feel like it was the right move, honestly, and it was the best way to not split them up and keep them heel. Because Biggie, he's on the shelf. He's not coming back. So why not just like call him out for being like on the shelf? And then you make that change, you become face or you become heel. And Biggie's on the side either way. It's not like Biggie's gonna go into a feud with them niggas. Like Biggie's out, you know? So but honestly, eventually this is gonna lead to a face turn for either one of them. I think these two fight at Mania. I think either Kofi turns on Woods or Woods turns on Kofi. I think Kofi's a better face either way. Kofi's a better face. So I feel like Kofi turns on Woods, sets up their feud at Mania, and that would be story tell ending. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. We got Karrion Kross delivering his little heartfelt promo, talking about like you did this to Scarlett, you set this one up, so I'm coming back for blood. I forgot what else he said, but he basically just telling Y6 that he's not here to mess around, and the fact that they just like took out Scarlett set him off, which eventually leads to their match next Monday Night Raw. Why haven't we seen the Y6 on a PLE yet? Like, why didn't we just put them on Saturday night's main event? Maybe because you didn't want to have Karrion Kross, who's not really a star on that show. I get it, but like, neither is Finn Balor at this point, you know? So, I don't really get why we're having that match on Raw. I want to see Y6 on the PLE. Now, they're not my favorite faction, obviously, but this has been a good storyline. There's been a lot of good storytelling within this, you know. The Miz, his part, I don't know what he's going to do. Where does his allegiance lie? He's obviously not a full Final Testament member, but I don't see him joining the Wyatt Six. So I don't know. Maybe he turns on the Final Testament. We'll see. But it's an episode of Raw, so it's not like it's a major show. But no, the Miz, he for sure like, I think he's set in stone in his place with the Final Testament. You know, honestly, I think the Final Testament should win next week. Nah, cap. I think the Y6 should win next week. This is because like the Final Testament, if they win, they're gonna get no reaction. If this is like the cultivating match for this feud, if this is like the ending match for this feud, I feel like the Wyatt Six should win this because I feel like their ultimate like feud should be the Judgment Day for sure. Their ultimate feud has to be with the Judgment Day. Yeah, because think about it: Finn Balor, Bo Dallas, Dom, Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, Carlito, JD McDonough, Joe Gracie, Liv Morgan, and Scarlett. So I feel like the destination that we will get to is going to be Final Testament versus the Judgment Day. How we get there, I don't know yet. We're still in this feud with the Final Testament, and we see how all this plays out. But I think that the destination is Judgment Day versus the White Six. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next segment. That being the Dominic Mysterio versus Gunther match. Or no, we could talk. I mean, the next thing that happened was Jey Uso. He got attacked backstage. I mean, we obviously know who it was. Me personally, I thought it was Punk at first, but it really wouldn't make sense. You know, that wouldn't be like the right story to tell, especially after Saturday. So Drew McIntyre was exposed later on. We still don't know if he tagged Jey Uso. Like, still not confirmed. I mean, it's in the air, like, but there's no definitive proof still. There's still no definitive proof. It still could have been Seth Rollins. We still don't know if it was Drew McIntyre. That's what I don't want people to like, oh yeah, so Drew McIntyre came back, he definitely attacked. No. It's not set in stone. We don't know this. So we can't just like jump to conclusions and say he's the one who did it. You could say you think Drew McIntyre did it, but I'm just not sure yet, you know? I mean, it makes sense, but like Papa H, he doesn't he doesn't want to make sense a lot of the time. He wants to play with our emotions. He wants to mess with our heads. So I don't think anything's set in stone yet. Um, Dakota Kai, congratulations to her, moving on to the next round for the IC title. I think she has a good chance to win it. Um, she deserves it. She's been here for a while. She's over with the crowd. She's over with IWC. So I think she's. I mean, her move set is not too bad. Presentation could be a little better, but overall, I think she's a good candidate for the IC title. Um, I'm looking forward to see who wins next week's IC title match between who's in the match? Ivy Nile, Zelina Vega, and Lyra Valkyria. Me personally, I think I'm gonna go with Zelina Vega. I'll go with Zelina Vega. I think she'll win that match. I don't think there's a reason why she wouldn't win that match. I feel like Ivy now should definitely win it down the line, but right now it should be Zelina Vega versus Dakota Kai for the IC for the first inaugural IC Women's Champion. Hey, I think that's the last. Well, no, we have another segment. We have a match actually. Gunther versus Dominic Mysterio. This is what I was talking about earlier. What the fuck happened? Why the hell is Dominic Mysterio getting cheered? Why are we chanting "We want Dom, we want Dom"? What's going on? What happened to the boos? I've noticed the boos have went down a lot recently, but bro, he shouldn't be getting booed again. He should not be getting cheered, bro. He should not be getting cheered. I woke up at like 7, so like it's 11:30. I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna go to sleep pretty soon. But Dominic Mysterio should not be getting cheered at all whatsoever. I just want to let that be known. Like, but Gunther, he was getting some applause from the crowd. Seems like Washington is a state that respects like good wrestlers, which I respect. You know, so I'm glad about that. But Dominic Mysterio, he does some good moves. He hits Gunther with a 619, dog splash. Gunther still kicks out. Gunther finishes Dominic Mysterio with a powerbomb. Then, after the match, Finn Balor comes in and attacks Gunther from behind, which will definitely set up their match for Saturday night's main event. That'll probably open the show, if I'm being honest. The build-up is not there. The opponent is not there. Being Finn Balor, like he's not a credible opponent at this point. You know, just because he did like 4 quick draws, I don't give no fuck, bro. To be honest, like you're done, bro. After you lost to Damon Priest, I'm not gonna like. I literally said you're done if you lose to him, and he lost. So it's over. Now I'm glad that they put Damon Priest on the show to give him a break because he's been running through 2024, putting on matches, being at damn near. He was on damn near every PLE this year. If you really think about it, I mean, go back. He has to participate in the Rumble. I can't remember if he was at Elimination Chamber or not. I think he was. And if he wasn't, oh yeah, he was, because he was defending the tag team titles in Elimination Chamber. What's the P last name? WrestleMania, he was definitely at WrestleMania. He cashed in at WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, he definitely defended the title. He defended the title again. He defended that Backlash versus Jay. He defended that Clash at the Castle versus Drew. He defended that Money in the Bank versus Seth. He defended that Night of Champions versus... Or maybe he did defend that Night of Champions. I don't know. But... And then he also defended that SummerSlam versus Gunther, which he lost, which set up their match. But Damian Priest did fight. So Damian Priest had a match as well at Bash in Berlin, the tag team match with Rhea Ripley and versus Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan. Then he had another match at Bad Blood Did he fight at Crown? I don't think he fought. He did not fight at Crown Jewel, 100%. So the only pay per view that Damian Priest has missed this year was Crown Jewel. Like he deserves a break, man. He was a workhorse this year. Like damn near every PLE, whether it was defending a title or just in a non-title feud, like he was a workhorse WWE this year. So props to him, man. He's been doing his thing. But I'm glad that he's taking a break right now. Hopefully he'll come back for the Rumble. Be ready for that. Um, Another thing I want to talk about the backstage segment with Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser. I know this is kind of out of order, but it's okay. So I predicted this. If you guys watched the previous videos, like I predicted this. Having Sheamus get pinned sets up Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser. Whether it's at Saturday night's main event, whether it's at would it have to be at that because that's the fucking closest one, closest PLE. But I don't think they made it official yet, so it might not be there. It might be on Raw, but that would be stupid though. That's like I would save those type of moments for a face, not for a heel, you know. But yeah, so I was right. So we do get Ludwig versus Braun Breaker at some point, you know. And then Braun Breaker was dissing Gunther. He was like, "Yeah, Gunther's stock going down the drain," which makes sense. I mean, especially after this match, you letting Dirty Dom like make you kick out at 2.7. Like me personally, I still take Gunther serious after that, but like, come on, Gunther, really? So, um, and then yeah, we're at the main event. So obviously Jay's attacked. Sammy's pissed. I'll be back on him. In the main event, we had Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins. Now, Sami Zayn was pissed coming out to the ring. He was thinking like, bro, after the discussion we had earlier, is she gonna take out Jey Uso? He tells Adam Pierce like, I'm gonna go to the ring and handle it, Adam. Don't even worry about it. Tells him, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna go run to the ring right now. That's what he does. He goes to the ring. And he has a quality match with Seth Rollins. I wouldn't say it's too quality, but it's Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins, two of the best in the business. You know, pretty like quick match. Sammy's pissed after a little while. Sami Zayn leaves the ring, grabs a freaking chair right next to Lillian Garcia, and he's like, "Hell no, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this nigga." Goes into the ring, grabs or holds up the chair. Seth Rollins was like, "No, no, no." Sammy's like, "What?" Seth Rollins was like, it wasn't me. I didn't attack Jay. I didn't attack Jay. Sammy was like, I know it was you. I know it was you. Seth, I didn't attack Jay. Eventually, Seth Rollins convinces Sami Zayn that he did not attack Jay Uso. As soon as Sammy's convinced, he puts down the chair. Seth Rollins goes for the quick roll up. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Seth Rollins picks up the victory, which is what should have happened. Sammy shouldn't beat Seth Rollins. Factual. Good way to protect both faces. Um, Seth Rollins escapes, goes down to the entrance ramp. Sami Zayn stares at him, holding his head. Camera's panning in on Sami Zayn. Crowd is starting to build up some emotion. Sami Zayn starts to turn around slowly. Camera starts to zoom out. We see a hooded figure with some little ass jeans. Hit Sami Zayn with a Claymore. Sami Zayn's out. Joe Tessitore makes the announcement. That's Drew McIntyre. And we see that Drew McIntyre reviews himself, and he made his triumphant return. Glad he's back. For some reason, he got a pop. I don't think WWE wants to go back to Everett, Washington after tonight, especially after them giving Max Heel's fucking face celebration. But it is what it is, you know. Good return from Drew McIntyre. No, not gonna do that. Good return from Drew McIntyre. He did his thing. Hey, you know, I love Drew McIntyre, so I'm happy he's back. Especially with Damian Priest being out, we can incorporate Drew McIntyre, and then eventually we'll have to. I think we might put Jey Uso on the shelf. Not right now, obviously, but eventually, because like Seth Rollins is coming back. CM Punk is obviously here to stay for WrestleMania season. There's no way he's fucking leaving. John Cena is going to join the fray. We got Gunther. So unless Damian Priest stays out past the Rumble, or just up into the Rumble, who is after Damian Priest to leave? Somebody's going to take another break. Nobody wants to take a break around WrestleMania season, but there's limited spots on the card. So somebody's going to be left off. I'm going to be honest, Damian Priest should not be left off of the card. After this 2024 that he had, he was the best performer in 2024 in terms of consistency, working, and his development was incredible. Especially being, everybody knew he was a transitional champion. So, me personally, I really enjoyed his reign. But he had a great 2024. Hopefully, he doesn't get left off the card for Mania. I don't know what they could do with him. Maybe like a triple threat with Gunther. Me personally, I want Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. I need to see that. But that's just me, though. You know, you guys have your preferences. I have mine. Uh, One of my favorite matches ever is Punk versus Brock Lesnar. That is 5 stars for me. 2013 SummerSlam. An amazing match. Fucking amazing match. So I need to see Brock Lesnar back in the ring. I need to see Brock Lesnar go to work. Hopefully he's not like in that. Considering he's going to be working with Gunther, I don't think he's going to go in there and hit like a couple F5s. If he does do that, please just retire right there because I don't want to ever see you go face again, bro. But last thing, it's really kind of, it's just, this episode has been really out of order. If I do end up making an episode for SmackDown, I will try to be better prepared. Considering today I was in the middle of a class as Raw was going on, and I had to go eat, so it was like I was mixed up in a couple different situations, so I'm missing some things. A lot of things are out of order, so I'm sorry about that, you guys. This is the first Raw review, so we'll continue to get better. We'll continue to develop. But last thing I want to talk about, or maybe second to last thing, we got R-Truth, Pete Dunne, or R-Truth versus Butch, as the crowd like to call him, Butch. Um, Butch, he did his thing, or Butch did his thing. Pete Dunne did his thing. He went out there. He honestly, I thought that was gonna be the main event match. I don't mind seeing Pete Dunne. Actually, no, fuck that. But it was around like 9:30. Pete Dunne, he did a good job. I mean, he worked the crowd really well. The crowd was chanting Butch. You know, it's easy to work the crowd. It's easy to get booze when you're going against R-Truth, the most beloved superstar in WWE, and it's easy to get over by taking out R-Truth. That's why I thought he was gonna end up getting the victory and taking out R-Truth. But I guess WWE doesn't want to pull the trigger on Pete Dunne like they put it on Bronson Reed, which I think is okay because Bronson Reed has done more recently. Like Pete Dunne has had his feud with Sheamus and his NXT feud with Trick Williams or whoever the fuck he was fighting at NXT, and he's been doing shit. But Bronson Reed, I feel like he deserved that push more, just because he's been hovering around the mid card like title scene for so long, and I just think it was his time, especially the bangers that he put on Ivar. Whew, I know you guys remember those. They put on some meaty ass bangers, but yeah, Pete Dunne, he did a good job. R-Truth picked up the pin victory, did a roll up. Pete Dunne was distracted. I'm pretty sure he's distracted by like a fan or some shit. Somebody was calling him Bush, and he was just like in his head. So you got Road to Bar Truth 1, 2, 3. I don't think this like leads to. I mean, they've already had a feud going on Raw, just backstage segment after backstage segment after backstage segment. This is their first match, and R-Truth picked up the win. So, with that being said, is there anything else we want to talk about? Hmm. Let's let's slide back over to Drew McIntyre. Let's do that. So, with Drew McIntyre returning, who do you guys think he feuds with? I really want to see Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. That's what I need to see. He did just take out Sami Zayn, but Drew McIntyre going back, oh my gosh, he has so much history with not just fucking Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, but they have so much history together, dating back to 2022 and the Bloodline shit. And Drew McIntyre going against the Bloodline, and now the roles are reversed, and Drew's heel, and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are face. So I'm really curious. Now, I would personally rather see Jey Uso versus Drew. That's just a bigger cultivating feud, in my personal opinion. Like that's a bigger draw than Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Like Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is going to be a better technical match. Um, I'm going to be more excited to see the in ring masterclass that those two wrestlers can put on. But I feel like Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, they have a little bit more history. I feel like Drew McIntyre has been more vocal about his hate towards Jey Uso in the past. So I feel like if they do end up feuding together, and I feel like that's only done if Drew McIntyre is revealed to be the one that actually took out Jey Uso backstage, then I would be really intrigued with this feud in terms of like the long term storytelling and the callbacks that they can make. So yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with Drew McIntyre. I want to see what they do with Punk. What's next for Punk, considering he just had his little brawl with Seth Rollins. Do Seth Rollins and Punk come out next week? Another promo battle. Maybe this time in the main event instead of starting the show. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm assuming Drew McIntyre's gonna start the show. I would rather him like be in the main event though. I think they already have their main event. No, they don't. So we'll see. Maybe Drew McIntyre starts the show with like a promo. He comes out, but I would rather him like end the show off because that would make him a bigger star. Why would you? That's what I don't like. You keep bringing these guys out and they start the show. Like Cody Rhodes, he shouldn't start the show. Roman, like these guys should not start the fucking show. They should always close. It never has to be a match. You can do a promo, you can do whatever it is. I think the biggest guys has to close, bro. And I think that's the way it should be. But with that being said, let me know what you guys want to see more of. Um, I there's a 99% chance. Actually, no, fuck that. There's a 100% chance we're gonna do a SmackDown review. Just because like my time is definitely gonna be more free up towards SmackDown because I don't have a class during SmackDown, so I can put all my attention towards that and give you guys my best feelings towards it, and see how this sets up for Saturday night's main event. Because right now we only have one match from SmackDown, and that's Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. So, but yeah, that being said, appreciate y'all for coming out and watching the video. This is our shortest video yet, about 36-ish minutes. So, grateful that you guys came and watched. See you next time. Peace.